And now, from Studio 315 in the luxury towers of Cord Hall on the historic campus of St. John's Northwestern Academies, it's time for the latest edition of the Lancer News Network. With Akio Kasuga, Brian Tomitz, Aiden Madden, and Cody Strang. Entertain, inform, unify. This is LNN.
Good morning, Lancers. I'm Akio Kasuga, and this is LNN. Today, Thursday, February 9, 2023. Thanks for joining us. Today, we will get a preview of the upcoming Midwinter Dance. We will see what our community predicts for the outcome of the Super Bowl, and we will take a look at some cool field trips and visit our students have attended in recent weeks. But right now, let's see what our winter sports team have been up to.
Hello, good morning, LNN. My name is Akio Kasuga, and welcome to the sports segment. Last week, our varsity team played against several teams, but unfortunately, they had a bad streak. They played against New Berkeley, losing 88-42, Nesmer High School losing 72-53, our rivals Lake Country Lutheran losing 61-25, Waterford High School losing 65-31, St. Francis losing 74-57, and Milwaukee Lifelong Learning Wizards losing 65-56. Their next game will be held today against Heritage Christian at 7:15 and on Saturday 11 against Lake Mills. So Lancers, make sure you root for them. In other sports, our Silver Rifles team went last Friday to a drill meet in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and came back with amazing results. They placed third in regulation drill and inspection, they won second place in physical fitness, they received first place in the Knowledge Bowl, they won second place in color guard and inspection, and at last they won first place in archery. With all these results, they won first place overall. During the meet, Cadet Tommy Zheng placed first place overall as top shot, and Cadet Maximo Patron placed top 10 in knockout around 300 other cadets. Nice job, guys. Thank you, everybody. My name is Akio Kasuga, and this is LNN Sports.
Mr. Vice, who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Kansas City Chiefs, 25-20.
I don't know. It's going to be close.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
All the Eagles all day.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Eagles, I would prefer. Chiefs.
I predict the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl this year for 2023.
Eagles. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Chiefs.
I don't know.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Patrick Mahomes.
The Eagles.
The Eagles.
I predict that the Kansas City Chiefs will win the Super Bowl.
Philadelphia.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Chiefs?
Kessler, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Not,
You're going to ask Siri who's going to win the Super Bowl?
yeah. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Chiefs.
Tomorrow, academic classes have been canceled in preparation for an exclusive event by the Waukesha Business Alliance. They offer numerous events and programs each year that give members an opportunity to network, develop themselves professionally, and learn how to make their businesses more successful. SJNA students will get a chance to work with new people and create a product and business model, so make sure to take advantage of this amazing opportunity. Here in Delafield, there are some fun and interesting events and people. Recently, one of our own staff members took part in a cool event right here in town. Here's our own Cody Strang with the story.
It's freezing out, and local Wisconsinites have the perfect use for the cold weather. Delafreeze, a place where ice sculptors can use their exotic skills for an exotic event.
Today I'm here with Miss Bolt to ask her some questions about our contributions and hobby in the ice sculpting competition in Delafries. Ms. Bolt, how did you make this ice sculpture?
Well, I didn't make the ice, but the ice is made and brought by a separate company. So each business in downtown Delafield and any place that I compete will sponsor a block. They sponsor the artist, and then they will actually bring the ice there. How I sculpt the ice sculpture is I will block it out. It's kind of like typical deductive carvings where you look at what major pieces you want to take away, and then you just kind of like do some detail work from there.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been doing ice sculpting for?
5 years. So ever since I was a senior in high school, I've been doing ice sculpting.
Have you participated in any other events like this one?
Yes. So this was my first year in Delafield, but in the past 5 years, I've done Lake Mills. This weekend, I actually have Lake Mills on February. What's tomorrow? It's February 4th. So tomorrow I have Lake Mills again. But this year I've been in 4 competitions. So I've been in Delafield. I've been to Fond du Lac. I've been to Lake Mills, and then I recently went to Sun Prairie as well.
That is a very extensive ice sculpting career.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you learn?
An art class. So I took AP art in high school, and I actually was the only 3D sculptor or 3D artist in the class. I had a fellow teacher who actually his father did soapstone carving, and he personally did ice carving. So in my local town of Oconomowoc, they had an ice carving competition, and they had a couple students start carving blocks, and I've liked it ever since.
If you have any questions about ice sculpting, feel free to ask Miss Bolt in the TLC. For LNN, I'm Cody Stern.
On Wednesday, February 1st, advanced Spanish and art classes had the opportunity to take a field trip to the Latino Art Center in Milwaukee to view the exhibit Magic of Macano. 36 students went to see firsthand what LatinoArtsInc.org calls an exploration of the idea that personal identity that can occupy a physical or figurative space informed by cultural heritage and external forces.
I really like the artwork and the people that are explained very well.
I really love the combination of culture that was seen there, and it gave me perspective into the minds of the artists.
As you can see, this field trip was a great way to promote diversity through both languages and art. For LNN, I'm Aiden Madden.
All members of Ski Club, please be aware that the final trip that was previously scheduled to Alpine Valley on Saturday, February 18th has been rescheduled for Friday, February 17th. We will leave school at 3 p.m. and ski until 9 p.m., arriving back at campus at 10 p.m. Let's get some great night skiing in to close out our great ski season. Then we can all head off to Midwinter Ball with our friends to dance the night away on Saturday the 18th. And speaking of Midwinter, here's our own Brian Thomas with some insight as to what to expect.
The Midwinter Ball is an annual tradition here at SJNA where students have a great opportunity to set aside their busy lives and enjoy a formal yet exciting party with their friends.
Next Saturday evening, the Academy is hosting the dance here at SJNA campus, which includes the formal dinner and entrance to the dance area. Students can invite dates from other schools or enjoy the night with their SJNA peers. Midwinter is often referred to as the highlight of the school year as students can party with their dates and friends and enjoy the night overall. I spoke with George Butzer, a member of the Midwinter Ball Planning Committee, and he told me about some of the things that are going to be
going on this year.
Midwinter is going to be in the mess hall. There's going to be the dinner first in the back and on the porch, and then we're going to have the full main part of the mess hall. We're going to move the tables out, we're going to make it into a dance floor, and we're going to have our DJ with our lights and the speakers. It's all going to be on there, and then we're going to dance there for the night. It's going to be super fun.
That sounds super exciting.
He then told me about the theme of the dance for this year.
But the theme is Casino Royale. So
nice.
If you need a little break from dance, there's going to be casino games we can go play and stuff like that. You can go play cards or blackjack, whatever we have there. It's going to be a lot of fun games to play.
Butzer then told me about some of his favorite parts of Midwinter.
Much fun all these kids are going to have in like an environment that's outside of school, and it's a time for especially me, have fun and be a normal kid and be a high schooler and stuff like that. Have a normal experience since we're going to go to college soon and stuff like that. Just go to a normal dance and gonna have fun for a bit.
Despite Butzer literally stealing my date last year, Midwinter was honestly the highlight of my school year and one of the most fun times I've ever had here at St. John's Northwestern.
With Midwinter coming up in only a week, start talking to your friends about going and start looking forward to what's going to be a true highlight of the year. With LNN, I'm Brian Thomas.
Our principal of engineering class has been working on the physics and technology of building bridges.
Right now we're currently on the gluing phase where we have all of our pieces cut already and we're getting ready to glue them together so we can start building our bridge.
Shown here are Akio Kasuga, Diego Esquivel, Marco Elizalde, Jose Garcia, Sean Harris, and POE instructor Mr. Shed.
Ultimately, we're building a bridge and we're going to test the strength, and it will be a little bit of a competition, so the stakes are pretty high.
This introductory project is a precursor to their final bridge project, which will have to be fully constructed, then tested to see how much weight it can withstand. Tune in to next episode of LNN to see which bridges hold up and which bridges crumble under the pressure. For LNN, I'm Cody Strang.
In case you haven't heard, all junior, sophomores, freshmen, 8th and 7th graders will be taking the ACT or pre-ACT test on Tuesday, March 7th. Juniors, there are weekly ACT prep study sessions taking place, so check your emails to sign up. There will be a different topic each week.
This is the show where students show their true natures. Welcome to LNN Underground.
Before we leave, we wanted to wish Michael Trioni and Zachary Spricer 5-year married anniversary.
Yeah, right.
Ready for the ball, George?
Una gatita que le guste el mambo con todos los malos sale a bellaquear. Una gatita que le guste el mambo con todos los malos sale a vaciar.
Bun with extra butter and pickles, and I get no bun, no pickles, or no butter.
Show me your sandwich.
How true? It's like taco is delicious. What are you doing?
How?
Taco is delicious.
Taco 很好吃。
好吃 taco. Oh, taco 好吃。
很好吃。
Taco 好吃。
Attention creative and artistic types. The art department has 2 contests going on. First, Yolstens is running photography contest. The deadline to submit photographs is March 1st, 2023. You have a couple of weeks to take photos or search for outstanding photos you have already taken and submit them. The prize is $1,000. See Mrs. Schuler for contest details. Also, the Showcase of Art is back. The showcase is sponsored by the Pewaukee Area Art Council and runs every other year. The exhibit is displayed through an online gallery and consists of all area high school students' artwork. Not only will thousands of people see your art when you enter, you may also win a prize. In fact, when the Showcase of Art ran in 2021, our own Carador won an honorable mention and $25. Artwork has to be original and made by you during your high school years. See Mrs. Schuler for more information on how to enter. Well, that's all for today's episode. Entertain, unify, inform. This is LNN. I'm Akio Kasuga. Thanks for watching.
I hated that entire thing, so